Hi guys, welcome to Challenges with Oliver Gamer. What's up? How we doing?
What's
I'm Trevor from Gaming Memoirs, and I'm doing the intro to this video apparently, because in my head, I guess I thought Ollie was going to introduce us, and I just like dropped the ball. But now we get to watch him play Sonic Generations, which is pretty much a million times better than actually listening to me trying to do this intro. Holy crap, I'm still talking. Someone stop me now. Hey Ollie, what are we looking at right now? What are we doing?
That's amazing. For those who doesn't know, I said to Trevor to do the intro for me, and then I was just like, you know, I'll introduce myself furthermore. And now we just have 3 solid seconds of blackness commentary, Trevor. God damn it.
Oh damn. Oh damn. I might have pooched that one just a little. But right now, I guess what we're watching is Ollie. You're doing the challenge mode for Sonic Generations.
Precisely.
What's the gimmick of the challenge we're watching right now? Is it just like a run to the end? It's pretty early. It's Green Hill Zone, so it can't be too complicated.
Well, there's different types of challenges throughout Sonic Generations. There's one which is basically a race to win in the normal set of stages, and there's like these ones which I'm doing currently, where the level design changes. They added a falling platform, and it just changes a bit of the layout of the level, and just to get out of the level basically. Get the goal ring. So there's plenty of simple stuff, and there's plenty of also complicated stuff when it comes to challenges, as we'll see later on. And well, I mean, that's basically it. So we're just gonna go through all the challenges and hope I'll make it through every single one of them, because it's a long process.
Yeah, no joke, man. It starts getting a bit more complicated when you start meeting up with like your Sonic pals. Because then they all have like some sort of ridiculous superpower, right? So you end up with like, oh, this one has tails, isn't it?
Exactly.
This is a good example, yeah. Wait, what are you doing with? Are you racing Tails? What is Tails doing in the plane? I thought he was gonna be like helping you fly. You're racing him?
Well, there's another. Yeah.
Cheating, Fox.
There's another part, well actually there's another mission where Tails can actually assist you, but like there's always one which is a race, and there's another one where one of your friends will actually help you. Like you'll probably see later on, there's another one with Knuckle, which is basically one which is racing him with Classic Sonic, and the only one where Knuckles has to find like metals in the ground to help modern Sonic. So
that's right,
there's always,
yeah.
There's always one part where you're facing your friend, and there's always another part where you're when you're against your friend, basically.
That's right, because I think it's Chemical Plant Zone, you have to like, there is like a Tails helps you fly level.
Exactly.
Somewhere in there, yeah. This is really fantastic, because I always just love watching this game being played. I've probably gushed about it in the last couple times I've been in your videos, but like, it's just fun to watch. It just makes you want to play it. Like, it just makes you want to pick it up and play.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to these challenges.
Yeah, exactly. The fun thing about Sonic playthroughs, I do find, unless you're talking about like Sonic RPG, but the main canon Sonic game, it's just so entertaining to watch because it's fast-paced and everything. By the way, while we're at it, I'm cutting the races of the Phantom things. This is the only one I'm showing just to show how it works, but basically you're facing against Phantom version of you, and I'm cutting everything else because it doesn't change anything in the level design.
That's right, that's right.
Go ahead if you were about to say anything.
Oh, not at all, not at all. These Phantom races are, you're right though, you don't really have, it's not required, it's not necessary, it's very simply just, it's almost like, because I almost consider these speed runs, because they're not, you don't actually have to beat your clone, you have to get a good time. That's always the way I saw it, right? So for instance, that S rank in the corner at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, if you get that 2 minutes and 20 seconds, guess what? You beat your clone. So,
yeah.
I never really saw it as anything less than that. So I can understand, like, I mean, I'm sure you play the original stage just as well as you're playing this right now, because you are playing the stage very, very well.
There's actually a thing where the score doesn't exactly how can I say? The Phantom doesn't exactly work alongside the score. So I think the lowest the lowest score you can get is like a D or an A. I don't exactly remember.
Yeah.
But the Phantom can actually get a B rank on a certain stage, or an A rank depending.
Oh,
so
interesting.
it doesn't. Yeah, so it happened to me a couple of times where the Phantom actually beat the clock fast enough to not get the lowest amount of times. It's really weird.
So in other words, you would
sense.
absolutely have to get a minimum of a B to pass the stage kind of thing, because a D results in
Yeah.
failure.
Yeah, that's weird. I just find this very weird because sometimes, like I said, the Phantom can actually beat the clock without necessarily beating the... it's so weird.
Okay, you just did something there that I find fascinating, because I've never seen that. You used your ground stomp to break through the wooden floor to reveal this little secret fast zone area.
Yeah.
This is the reason why, though, I get crazy about these games. I think I mentioned this before. I couldn't tell you what Let's Play I mentioned this, but I only recently played Sonic Colors. Like, man, it would have been like last year. Like, I have a Wii. I've had a Wii since it came out, and I've never played Sonic Colors. Not for any particular reason. I just never had a copy of it, and I was floored by how well it's a fantastic game, right? Like, Aquatic Park Zone is my favorite stage. And that it's probably one of my favorite 3D Sonic stages. Yeah, it's just beautiful to watch.
It is.
But it's funny because this is being played on PS3, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. As far as it goes, I have not actually played Sonic in the Lost World yet, and I know it gets swept under the rug a lot. And it's funny it gets swept under the rug because it was reviewed fairly well, if I remember. And I mean fairly well for a Sonic game, because Sonic games aren't reviewed very well, like, in the least. Like, they are not great reviewed games.
As far as I can remember, it was ranged from, like, 4 to 7.
That's depressing.
I think. Yeah.
When I consider that
Sonic
okay.
Sword was insanely mixed. Like, I remember a review which was saying, if you're going for the red rings in Sonic Lost World, prepare your ass to be rocked, and give it like 4. But he was saying, if you actually not going for the red rings in just the main adventure, then the solid 7. And I think that just is about right about the range of Sonic Lost World in general.
Yes. I remember I was super disappointed. Just because I'm yet to play the game. I will be playing it shortly. Just because I have a friend who wants me to play it, and I'm just going to take his Wii U. But the thing is about this game was I watched the final boss for Sonic in the Lost World, and I was insanely disappointed. It was just a giant Eggman robot that runs away and takes probably about just as many hits as any normal Eggman robot to kill.
Yeah.
And I remember I was just like insanely like, what? Like, what is that? Why would they think this is okay? Oh, this is a great example. This is like one of those challenges, if I'm right. This is one of the gimmicky ones where they tell you have to like beat the stage with fast shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
I love these stages.
So cool.
Because then there's like also Bubble Shield, Lightning Shield. They'll do one where it's like stars and stuff.
And you can actually use them afterwards in the regular levels.
Exactly.
It's just so cool.
Man, the fact that in this game, every time you beat, I want to say like every other challenge or something like that, you get a song of which you can choose to trade out the music for it. Not that you would need to, because the game's soundtrack is great. But if you're on, for my personal self, and this is nothing against the stage, right? Like, I rather like the music itself. For like the highway stage, I want to call it Speed Highway, but I'm not entirely sure that's what it's called.
Speed Highway. Yeah,
is it actually Speed Highway?
Right.
I just feel like Sonic Speed Highway. Anyway, the stage's music, it's okay, but it's not like something I personally think to myself like, whoa, that's the best Sonic song ever. But if I so choose, maybe I'm feeling like All Hail Shadow, or maybe I feel like listening to Sonic Boom, or what's that, Toxic Tunnels from Sonic Spinball, because everyone played Sonic Spinball. No, that's a lie. That's a funny, it's not even a sore spot for me. Sonic Spinball, I played that game so much because I just wanted to succeed and just see where the game went. And I spent probably weeks trying to get past Toxic Tunnels, and I finally pulled it off because it's really hard. And then I died on the second stage, and I was like, I can't do it. I want to, but I can't. But
by the way, personal recommendation about the music in this game: endless possibility on modern Sonic rooftop run stage.
Oh, absolutely. Super agree. My favorite song, actually,
so good
in this game, my favorite remix song, there's a lot of really good ones, because City Escape, They're all really fantastic. The remix for Crisis City, and it doesn't matter which one you pick. Like, it can be Crisis City Modern or old. I love that song. I love the remix of that song in this game. Like, I can't even stress how cool that song is. They did such a phenomenal thing with it. It really just wowed me as a whole. I love watching you, like, with your crazy, like, platforming schemes, by the way.
Schemes?
Oh, I just saw, like, what I think I just watched you try to do there was use your speed boost to jump over it without actually hitting the switch. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. That's part of the fun of this game, though, right? Oh,
I don't know if I don't know if I've ever told you this, nor the audience, but I've actually ranked 35, I believe, on the world record on Classic City Escape at one point for like the entire stage.
Do you want me to blow your mind right now?
What?
Like, you're just not ready to hear this?
Okay.
I've never told my audiences, and unless my audience watches this video, they're not gonna know. But I am ranked #1 world record holder for Team Dark in Sonic Heroes.
You're fucking kidding me.
I'm not kidding you. I don't report it. I've never showed anyone the footage. But if you go to the world record, I think it's something like 8 seconds. Mine is 6. Yeah. True story. I just never, it never comes up, so I never talk about it. How did I score such a phenomenal time, or score with this? I found out that if you play Tails specifically, it's Tails. And you shoot like the thunder shot and you hit the team leader immediately right after they give their little intro, right? Because Shadow says something. Whoa, what the hell are you? Shadow says something. Holy crap! I don't remember this at all. He has like a little intro, and if you shoot him in the head immediately when the game starts, you can knock him out. Like before the boss fight even starts. Like. Because the intro takes up time,
it's so
that's your 6 seconds, But that's a true story. And if anyone wants to dispute that with me, I have a memory card with like a best time on it that I'm willing to throw up. Although
you have to show me a screenshot at some point.
I should send you an image of that. I probably will.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really funny because you mentioned that, and Aldi, I'm not taking your score away from you because that is fantastic, especially. This was before competitive games had like an online competitive scene to them. In a game like this, people are really pushing hard, right? Like I probably didn't have to compete with that many people trying to set a world record on Team Dark, but you're competing against the world, and 34 is huge, like absolutely huge.
I think I did it in like 1 in 18 seconds. I don't exactly remember. But it's like really, you have to use the glitches, man. You
gotta really rock it. Yeah, it's kind of what used to get me about these speedruns. When you play games like Mario Kart, for instance, right? Specifically the Wii one. People found exploits, and I'll never forget this because the best time on like Grumble Volcano on Mario Kart Wii is like 12 seconds, all 3 laps.
12.
But it's because there's an exploit where if you back around the tracks, like, there's like the goalpost. If you back around the goalpost at like a certain angle, what happens is it registers as you completing an entire lap. So people just back up and go forward. So yeah, all of the leaderboards are totally flawed. Yeah. But man, this game was fantastic though. This is like the kind of game that breeds the competitive Sonic community. Like,
well,
why
just
not?
So much fun to go through the levels and just experimenting with what works and what doesn't. Especially like finding finding the exploits on your own is so satisfying. Like finding that glitch, like in classic Rooftop Run, where you just go to one point of the platform and just skip an entire 2.5D isometric section. Go on the upper part and just keep going. It's just so good.
So satisfying, man. So satisfying. In fact, I think if I had to give a recommendation to like a Sonic fan or something like that, right? Or not even a Sonic fan. Let's say I'm trying to get a new person to play a Sonic the Hedgehog video game. And I mean from not my generation, because my generation, everyone I know who's played video games in my generation has played every Sonic game that has ever existed. So, That's
Really?
not quite the case. Oh yeah, I don't know anyone who didn't grow up with Sonic. But for someone who's a bit younger than I am, and because I know it's really hard to turn people on to video games like this, or old video games, right? Like, it's kind of hard to say, you should play retro
Old
Sonic.
franchises.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you're used to like top of the line super graphics, then how am I supposed to tell you to stop playing those and go play, like, you know, Sonic 3? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. So this game is fantastic for that, because you really do get a good sense of like what the old game was like, with also keeping that fantastic like view. This honestly could have been Sonic 4, and I mean that because Sonic 4 is essentially a remake. It is. Sonic. It is. Mad Gear
With
Zone.
so much confidence.
Who are you kidding me?
No, I know, but well,
you fight Metal Sonic on
pieces...
a roller coaster.
Here's something. Episode 4, no. Sonic 4 Episode 1, complete rehash. Episode 2, better in my opinion. Still too similar in my mind. But there's far better mechanics if you ask me in Episode 2. And I wished it would be in Episode 3 to actually complete it. But unfortunately, there isn't.
Yeah, it's not going to be. I agree with you completely. Like, there is the snow level. Does do something fantastic. However, it is Ice Cap Zone, with some new interesting enemies, right? And I give them credit for that. I like the theme park idea. Oh wait, no, that ice level is the theme park, isn't it? Yeah, I give it credit. I give it credit.
It's a both.
But Sonic 4, I was a little disappointed, because when I play a Sonic game like that, I'm in it for a new game, right? I want to play. If you're gonna give me a game like Sonic Generations, man, I know I'm playing Sonic Generations because it's something that I love, right? You don't have to worry about that. I'll play it anyway. But if you're gonna tell me it's something new and give me something that's the same, right? I don't know. It'd be like if they released a Super Mario Land 4 and it was Super Mario Land 3 with a coat of paint, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And
in this case, I do have, you know, not a challenge, but an interesting question to say the least. Pitch me your best Sonic 4.
My best Sonic 4?
Yeah. Pitch me Sonic 4.
So, you know, let me start by saying, you know what Capcom did, and Capcom's a bad example because they're monsters with their franchises.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, I play them anyway. I'm an old world Resident Evil fan, and I played Resident Evil 6. I have the special edition with anyway.
God damn it. Poor Mega Man.
Oh, man. Mega Man. But, yeah, you know what they did with Mega Man 9 and 10? Where they they added new mechanics, but they made it very good. They made it like an old Mega Man game, but they added new mechanics. In Mega Man 10, you can play as Proto Man and Bass, and they play just like they don't play like Mega Man. Bass plays like he did for Mega Man and Bass, where he could shoot in 360 degrees, and Proto Man has a shield.
Yeah.
And they still get power-ups too. Like, they get their own power-ups. Anyway, what I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be. This is weird to say this because it sounds like I'm building up to me saying that Sonic 4, ideal Sonic 4, would be Sonic with, you know, his Sega Genesis like graphics, which isn't a problem if you want to do it like that, because Sega Genesis has some really like, they stand out. I like those games.
The problem with having Genesis graphics is that you're only appealing to the older fans, not even the new ones, and you're certainly not getting new audiences.
Oh, dude, on the new consoles, you can't handle blast processing. I'm sorry, that's that's like 12-year-old me coming out. Anyway, so what I was gonna say is, if you wanted to make an ideal Sonic 4 for me, take what you've done with Sonic Generations with 2D Sonic, because this looks great. This looks great. It plays super well, and it plays exactly the way, like, you doing this right now, it's flawless. I don't see a problem with this at all. The speed is right. The way the game is running is right. Like, I think it's just doing everything perfect.
Well, I would actually, I would increase the physics if you asked me.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
because the physics are all fucked up.
This is true, but what I'm getting at is, at the very least, they'll probably give it more love instead of it being like a half sort of game like this is, right? They'll probably spend more time with things like the physics, or at least I can hope at the very least. The next thing that needs to be said is I want to see some original stages, because at least even in Sonic 3, they really could have defaulted to some, you know, rehashed stages, but we got things like Sandopolis Zone. Launch base is in that game, which is essentially a missile launch platform, which is really cool, like as an idea for a platformer level. Flying Battery Zone looks very similar to Air Fortress or Sky Fortress Zone, which doesn't bother me.
Oh.
I don't have an issue with that, but hit me with some new original levels, right? Because I don't want to see you
That's
do...
That's the thing.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
That's the thing. Can you? I mean, Sonic has been everything. And in everything also.
This is true, man. Sonic has been everything. I mean, he's had 2D levels in space, and he's had 2D levels in volcanoes, and diamond
mines. He's got
mines.
a sword.
Yeah, he
was a werewolf.
I'm just talking about the 2D stuff. I'm not even addressing the fact that he had a sword and was a werewolf. We can talk about him being a sword and a werewolf if you want, or having.
He was in a book at one point.
Yeah, that happened. My gosh, I played a maxed out Sonic the other day on Sonic and the Secret Rings, and it actually made me nauseous.
Holy shit!
Yeah, my buddy really plays.
Never
these things
do that.
Never. You can't play it.
It's the golden rule.
There's no playing the game. You actually have to nerf Sonic to play him. But anyway, I would say the first after you get your graphics and your physics right, have some new stages, throw in some new bosses. And when I say new bosses, I just want to see like classic, classic Sonic bosses. They don't have to be epic, excursions every time. What happened to him?
And by the way,
yeah.
No Death Egg robot again.
Oh gosh, he's so hard. I can never do him properly. I mean, like, even if you want to end this,
sick of this guy.
Yeah, I mean, even if you want to end the game with like, because at the end of, I keep wanting to call it Doomsday Zone, but it's what is it? Is it just Death Egg Zone? Is it just called Death Egg? Anyway, at the end of Death Egg Zone, where you fight the egg robot and you have to break his fingers and stuff like that. When I was a kid, the scale of that boss fight was so huge. Like I couldn't picture anything like that before. Like it was crazy.
Was it big?
He was in the background. The only other time I had seen that was when you're playing Donkey Kong, or not Donkey Kong, Yoshi's Island, which is probably one of like my favorite video games. You're playing Yoshi's Island and you get to Baby Bowser at the end of the game.
Yeah, and he's just in the background.
Yeah, and you throw giant eggs at him, and that's super cool. I really appreciate stuff like that. I could do that stuff for days. I really could. But yeah, give me some new bosses. And last bit, and I swear I'll be done with this question you asked me because I've stretched it over like 10 minutes. But like, don't ignore your history, man. I'm not gonna care if you throw in like Shadow as a playable character, I'm not going to be mad if you put Silver in the game. I might be a little mad if you put Silver in the game. I'm not going to be mad if he's in there. Like Blaze, if you want to give me playable characters, give me playable characters. Like Sonic Rush has those, like all the characters are playable in Sonic Rush, right? Yeah. Do you hear anyone ever complain about Sonic Rush? I don't think the reviews
because they're done well
bad.
and they're not copycats.
Exactly. And that's the deal, though. Isn't that the case, though? Sonic Rush, and Sonic Advanced even, you could even argue would make a better choice for Sonic 4.
Yeah.
Holy crap, though. Just keep Chaos Island Zone, or Chaos Angel Zone out of my Sonic game. I have like PTSD about that. Holy shit. I actually couldn't believe that. Oh, man. As a kid, there's like that stage when you have to like stay on the platform, and while you're on the platform, you have to dodge spikes and enemies and stuff, and if you get hit, you fall off and die. Holy crap, Sonic. In fairness, though, it was the last stage of that game, right? Like, there is nothing past Chaos Angel Zone, so... Cool idea, though.
Still.
It's like hectic, super scary Angel Island Zone. That's a good idea. No matter how bad it destroyed me. Yeah.
I've always said it, and I'll say it again. Sonic is about spectacle mainly.
Oh yeah, man. You're playing that game. You're playing that game for the feeling, right? I love Sonic Heroes.
I mean, just play City Escape. Just goddamn play City Escape once. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Damn right.
Spectacle.
Everybody knows the first time that they like were chased by that truck, and not only the time that truck chased them, but when they started on that like snowboard, and it was nothing like you had ever done before in your life. Like you had never done that.
Skills, yo.
Oh,
it's
man,
like graved into my mind.
It's unbelievable. Again, Sonic Heroes, the first time I played Sonic Heroes, there was something that that just like felt right about that game. Like I have so much love for that game, and I mean realistically, as a Sonic fan, you have to accept what's good and bad about Sonic. And there's a lot bad about Sonic Heroes, especially considering I just went back and played that game, and I was having a really hard time playing it. And it was because of the game is very slippery, right? Very slippery. But I never forgot.
Fucked it up.
Oh, dude, I never forgot. There's like the first time I got to the generator in the generator level in what is it called? I think it's just called frig. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, the second or third world of the game, you're doing the generator stage, and the music is pumping, and you're running around those like streets that force you to move at like max speed. And then you're in the generator room and the lava's rising. And I remember thinking that was super cool. But it was when I was lost in Mystic Mansion Zone, which is, again, a fantastic theme for a Sonic stage. Haunted house. Awesome.
Yeah, unless you're Team Chaotix and you need to light off all the torches.
Man, those Team Chaotix missions, when you play them, because I have 100% in that game too. I have all 120 emblems as well.
How can you do this? I can 100% Sonic Generations in like 12 hours, and just Sonic Heroes in general take like, I don't know, over 50 hours to do. You're able to do this?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. I have all of the emblems in Adventure. I have Adventure 2 done. Sonic Heroes.
Adventure 2 I can...
Adventure
2 I can't understand, but Sonic Heroes? Holy shit.
Yeah, I did it all.
You're hardened, man. You have better tolerance than me.
It's a grind. It's a grind. I also have 100% on, and be ready for this because I'm not proud of this one, Shadow the Hedgehog.
God damn it.
Because I spent a lot of time playing Shadow the Hedgehog, and it was only because you have to do everything to fight Devil Doom.
Yeah, I guess.
And I just wanted that boss.
Are you telling me you got all 5 keys in every stage?
Yes.
God damn it. Are you telling me you got like all 335 endings of this game?
Yes, it's really dumb, and a lot of them
are wait.
time.
You actually got all 330 something endings in this game?
Okay, hold on, stop. How did you not get crushed there on the wall? I need to address that
I have no
fucking
clue.
Because that happened. You got crushed on the way down. Anyway, they're all really bad for the record. I don't remember exactly how many there are. I did them all. They're all like the difference between Shadow standing up and going, I am this. This is who I am. That is like every ending to that game.
Yeah, true.
The first ending I ever received in that game is the one where he says, I am the defender of the space colony Ark. I deem what it is worthy to destroy. That is who I am. And I was like, how much did I pay for this game? And I was like,
wait, you didn't even go for the neutral ending?
No, that was hard because this is a funny fact for you guys, alright? Before this ends, there is no worse stage in Shadow the Hedgehog than the level called Mad Matrix. Never do that stage. If you can work your way around it, my minimum completion time is 24 minutes. That's disgusting. 24 minutes. Anyway, that's it. There's more stories about Sonic the Hedgehog to come, for sure. So, thanks for joining us, guys, because we got to put a bow on this thing. So, if you like what you heard today, you want to hear more about Ollie and I talk and gush about Sonic, come see him play the rest of these bonus stages, because I think they're awesome and they're fun to play.
Yeah, and stay tuned. We'll be here all week, literally, in terms of uploads.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. If you want to go to the channel, please check out Oliver Gamer 3 on YouTube. And if you feel inclined, I am Trevor from Gaming Memoirs. Ollie is my editor. He's fantastic. Go take a look at what he's done. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
That was nice.
It was a bit more smooth than the last one.